This is a created workbook in Microsoft Excel, and when you move to the sheet tab in this workbook, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets on this sheet tab. When you focus on week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4, these are the 4 operational weeks we have in our company, and the name of this company is Banahene Tutorial Collections, and this is a channel on the YouTube platform that provide videos on Microsoft Office apps and other technological softwares. So stay tuned and be part of this great community. Now, this company works on these 4 operational weeks that we have on the sheet tab, which are the week 1, 2, 3 and 4. And the purpose of these weeks that we have is at the end of every week, our boss comes to the company to check out our products. These are the products that we have in this company, and also check out the sales that are related to this particular product. And at the end, he is going to find the total by typing this. Then he's going to use the sum function and find the total for all these sales at the end of every week. So he has been doing this consistently for so many years. So at the end of every week, he comes to the office to check out the product and its sales and find the total or whatever that we gain at the end of that particular week. Then he moves to week 2 and does the same operational effect. Now, at a point in time that was presently, he came to the office and met the IT staffs in the company, and we have 2 staffs in the company, and personally I am part of the management team when it comes to the IT department, and we are 2 in this company. So it prompts us on this particular effect that from henceforth he is not going to come on weekly basis, rather he's going to be present at the end of the month. So we should have a different dashboard created for him, so that we are going to analyze and compute everything that is happening in this 4 operational weeks into that particular dashboard, and that is when he's going to get access to the total of individual sales for every week, and also have the ground total for the 4 operational weeks, and also lastly get the total for individual products at the end of the 4 weeks. So when he gave this prompt to us as the IT personnel, because we are good in Microsoft Excel, we are going to do that perfect output for his query or his questionnaire that he is demanding for in this particular workbook. So the 2 stars we sat and then came into conclusion that we are going to use 3 effects to get this particular effect done. That is, we are going to use the indirect function, we are going to use the Vlookup function, and also use the name range effect to have this particular operation done perfectly in our company. So this is what I am going to share with you in this particular video on how to have this particular effect done by using these items or effects that I just mentioned, which are the Vlookup function, the indirect function, and also the name range effect to have this perfect output in Microsoft Excel. So as I said, we have week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4. I'm going to delete this. So when you get to week 1, we have product and sales. So you can see that these sales are different. As you can see, we have 90, 120, and I have used this Ghana city currency because I am based in Ghana. You can use any currency for your prices. When you move to week 2, these are the sales, week 3 and week 4. So at any point in time when we are dealing with the weekly basis, that is the previous operational terms. When we get into a new month, all these figures change because of how things were sold. So this is when our boss said we should create a different dashboard. So what we are going to do is to click on this plus sign, then I'm going to drag this to the end of this, and I'm going to change the name dashboard and press the enter key. I'm going to increase the size of the worksheet, so you just hold the control key and use the scroll wheel on the mouse. So I have this dashboard or this worksheet created, and the name of this sheet is dashboard. I'm going to create some heading here. So I'm going to have serial number, So I have created this individual headings which are serial number, products, sales, week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4, because we are going to analyze and compute all the data from each individual sheet into this single worksheet that we have here, which is going to serve as the dashboard for our boss. And note, he also prompted that at the end of this analysis and summarization and everything that is going to be done in this worksheet, we should password protect this worksheet personally for him. So we are going to do that at the end of this video as well. So stay on this track and let's learn together. So I'm going to select this and then center this. I'm also going to apply some color effects. I'll move to the font group, change this and choose, and I'm going to bold and have this heading in this particular dashboard. Serial numbers, I want to use alphabet, and that is personally to me. You can also use any effect. You can use different functions like the sequence function, the row function to create your serial numbers. I'm going to use a different effect because I want to have this as alphabet. If you want to learn how to create different ways of creating serial numbers in Microsoft Excel, I have a link in the description below, and also I'm going to leave it at the end of this particular video as well, so you can check it out after watching this video on how to create serial numbers in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to select this particular cell, which is the active cell A2, and I'm going to use a simple formula. So if this particular cell, which is going to be where the first product is going to be typed, is equal to blank, then I want the output should be blank. If not, I'm going to use the cow and the row function. So I'm going to use the cow and the row function to bring out these alphabets by typing A65. And since we have the if, the cow and the row function, it means we are going to close the bracket 3 times. If you want to also learn how to create this particular effect, I have a detailed video. I also have that video in the description below. Check it out. So I'm going to close this formula 3 times with the close bracket and press the enter key. So presently you can see that nothing shown in this particular cell, but let's assume I type something like OP and press the enter key. You can see that I have letter A, and when I type something in this cell and press the enter key, nothing happens because we have not filled down this formula into this individual cells. So if I select this, I can click. Now you see that we have A, B, when I type something, C, and that is going to be a continuous thing. This is a dynamic way of creating serial numbers in Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to delete all this, select these cells and center them so that all the serial numbers we are going to have will be centered in their individual active cells. Now let's get back to our individual headings. I need not to involve this cell, so sorry, please, I'm going to delete this by deleting, so that I'll have only serial number, product, week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4, because we are going to have the cells under these particular headings. So now when I move to week 1, I'm going to select all these products, Control plus C, and then move to the dashboard, Control plus V. I'm going to adjust these columns so that I'll have these items fitted in their columns. So you can see that when I just pasted these items here, I have these serial numbers created, which are A, B, C, D to H. So this is also another way of creating serial numbers. Now I have this effect done. Now let's move back to week 1. This is where we are going to use our name range effect. Let's press the escape key to cancel this dancing border around this selected area. Now I'm going to click in this cell, hold Control plus A on the keyboard, and that is going to select the entire range of cells with their data in this worksheet. And using the name range, I'm going to show you 2 ways to use the name range effect. So I'll move to the name box. This is the first method, and type week 1 and press the enter key. Now I have created a name range for this item. So if I select this cell, I have A1, but if I select all the content, I have week 1 in this particular area. So you can do that for week 2 as well. Click Control plus A and type week 2 and press the enter key. Another way is when you select week 3, select Control plus A. You can use Control plus F3 on the keyboard this brings out the name manager dialog box. So you can see that I have week 1, week 2, which I use the name box area to create the name range. I have them listed here, and here you can click on this new icon and have a name for this effect, which is week 3, and click on OK. So now we have week 1, week 2, week 3. So you can use the name box effect or the name manager dialog box to create your name range. So I'm going to move to the last sheet, which is week 4. Select Ctrl+A and type week 4 and press the enter key on the keyboard. Now we are done with this name range operational effect. So for week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, we have their name range created in this workbook. How can we use the Vlookup and also the indirect function? So let's move to our dashboard. Now I'm going to select this cell and type the equal to sign with the Vlookup function. Now the Vlookup function gives you this screen tip that says look up value. So the first highlighted item in this screen tip is lookup value, and we are looking up to the products we have here. So I'm going to select the hub. Now when we select the hub, which is located in B2, we need to have its week 1 sale or week 1 price in this particular cell, which is going to be C2. So now that we have this, we bring our comma, and before then, because we want to use the fill handle effect to drag and have all this data cut across all these weeks that we have here, which we don't need to have individual functions typed, we are going to use cell reference, and this kind of cell reference is the mixed cell reference. So I'm going to use the F4 on the keyboard, that is to click between this cell. F4, this is going to lock both the column and also the row, but in this case we want to lock the column and release the row. So I'll press F4 multiple times to see the dollar sign before B and also see no dollar sign before the number 2. So in this case I have locked the column, and this is the column because I want to base on all these products which are the hop, router, cable under this column header. So when I fix this, it means that the function is going to look up to all these items here, but for the row is going to move from row 2, 3, 4, 5 because we are going to use the fill handle effect. Now let's click here so that we have our blinking cursor. Then in this case we are going to type the indirect function. Now for the indirect function, when you type week, this is going to display all the name range that we created for our individual worksheets. So you can see that we have week 1, week 2, week 3, and we can select this from this list, but I don't want to use that particular effect. I want to use the headings that have been created in this dashboard. So what I'm going to do is to select this week 1, which is the heading, and I'm also going to fix the row and release the column. So I'll use the F4 on the keyboard multiple times. I have this C released and I have this number 1 fixed, which is absolute. Therefore I'm going to bring my comma. Before then, we need to close this particular cell reference. So we hold the shift key and the number 0 on the keyboard. Now I have this closed. Then the next argument is the column index number, and when you move to week 1, we have 2 columns available. We have the product column and also the sales column. So the product column is located in column 1, then the sales column is located in column 2. Therefore we are going to type 2, then we bring our comma, and we are going to use the exact match because we need the exact price for the individual product. So I'm going to double click on this and close the bracket for the Vlookup function because we've already closed for the indirect function. Now when I press the enter key, I have 90 for week 1. So when I move to week 1, I have 90 here. Week 2 has 120, week 3 has 45, and week 4 has 70, and that is related to the hub product. So if I move here and use this fill handle, you can see that I have the exact prices given to me for the individual weeks related to this particular product. Before then, I want to left align this product so that the heading will match with its individual items. Now I'm going to center all this area and also change the currency. So I'm going to use Ctrl+1 whilst these cells are selected. Move to currency, and I'm going to use this symbol field. Click on this drop down arrow and type GH, and I'm going to have this GHC currency and click on OK. So I have these items here. Now when I select this, use the fill handle and drag it down. Let me adjust the individual columns. So now you can see that we have all the sales or all the prices that are related to this individual product located in this particular sheet. And we use the Vlookup, the indirect function, and also we use the name range effect. So if I move to week 4, under week 4 we have 70 for the first price, and also we have 200 for the last price, and that is what we have here. When we move to week 3, we have 145. That is what we have here. So it means that we've had a perfect computing effect by moving all these weekly basis products and sales into our created dashboard, and this is what our boss was demanding for. And the next thing that we are going to do is we click here and type total and press the enter key, and I'm going to use the Alt equal to, and that's going to select all these cells as the sum and press the enter key, and I'm going to double click, select this and drag it down. So now I have the total for all these individual products at the end of the month. And also our boss prompts us to have total, so I'm going to use the Alt equal to sign, enter, and I'm going to use the fill handle and drag it here. And now you need to get the grand total as well. So we have a beautiful built up data set. Now the best part of this effect is when I move to week 1, assuming we've gotten to a new month and we have another sale for hop 145, then we press the enter key. We have for joystick we have 300, we have monitor change to 450. Now when this is done and we move to the dashboard, you can see that all these items have changed, and that is also going to affect the total and the ground total. So when we move to week 4, and let's assume that we have a change here 500, we have scanner also changed to 600, we have monitor changed to 582. Now when we move to the dashboard, you can see that all these items have changed dynamically. So our boss just comes to our office or our company at the end of the month and just get access to the dashboard, because all inputs have already been done in the individual weeks. So he just have to come and just cross check, get its total for the individual product, and also get access to the total for each week, and also the ground total when the weeks are added. So this was the instruction given to us, and both IT personnel were able to come out with this idea, and we created this beautiful dashboard for our boss. Now when he came at the end of the month, he demands for a password protection, because this particular dashboard or worksheet is going to be personal to him. So how do we password protect? You right click and choose protect sheet. So we want to protect only that particular sheet, and we have these checkboxes here. You can select lock cells, you can uncheck select unlock cells, you can also check all these boxes based on your preference. Then you put a password, click on OK, and click on OK. Now if anyone gets access to this dashboard and try to make something, it says the cell or chart you are trying to change is on a protected sheet. To make changes, you have to unprotect this sheet. So only the boss comes, right click and unprotect, type in the password, okay, then anyone can make changes to this particular worksheet.